Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Disney Chooses My TBR. I'm wearing my, you can't really see it, I'm so sad. It's a Moana shirt. I'd rather be shiny. I love it. Moana is one of my son's all-time favorite movies, so I had to have this shirt. Last month, January 2020, was the first month I played this game, and it was a blast. We drew 3 cards, but then unfortunately had a bonus one, so there are 5 cards out of the bucket. But because this is a matching game, we will see those cards again because there are 2 of every card, of course. So last month we pulled, I've got them here outside the bucket. We pulled Dory, which means water or fish on the cover. Simba, which is an animal on the cover. Pluto, which is a pet on the cover. Donald, which is an uncategorized character, which means that I had to pull another book. And that was Dalmatian, which is another pet on the cover. So it was a very animal-heavy month. The books that I wound up reading, I did really enjoy. If you haven't watched, my January wrap-up video is linked below. That'll give you some more information on what I read and how I liked them or disliked them. So I'm not going to get into that. But a reminder, I will be pulling 3 cards for my 5-book month. The other 2 books are from my book club pick and my 5-star predictions video, which is also linked below. This pillow is driving me crazy. Okay, so here we go. February is a shorter month. I have a lot going on in February, so I'm hopeful that I can find I have a good balanced selection. And I'm just really craving some variety. The animal books I read were really good, except for one, which I'll go over in my wrap-up video. But just hoping for some variety this month. First pick is Cinderella. Cinderella means I need to have a book with a character of royalty. Next. The fairies from Sleeping Beauty. That means a fantasy or magical book. And last but not least, hopefully, Anna and Elsa. Fun fact, I just watched Frozen for the first time yesterday. Yeah, it's 2020 and I had never seen Frozen. But anyways, it was really good. My daughter really liked it. Frozen characters mean that I need to read a book that has winter in the title or on the cover, and I already have a book in mind. So I'm going to go get my books. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my books. I also went ahead and grabbed my book club pick for the month, as well as the book that I have chosen for my 5-star predictions book, and I'm really thrilled with this variety that has nothing to do with animals. The first card I chose was Cinderella, which means that I need to pick a book that has a character of royalty, and the book I chose is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I actually have had this book for about a year now, and I haven't read it. It was one of the first books I bought that went on my bookshelf, my new bookshelf. New, it's a year old now, but when we first moved into this home, there was no bookcase, and I didn't have any really nice bookcases because we were living in a smaller home. And now in this home, my husband had this floor-to-ceiling bookcase built, and if you haven't been on my Instagram, there's a full-length picture of it. We have high ceilings, and it goes all the way up. So anyways, I like to just tell that story because it's one of my favorite places in the house. But this is one of the first books I bought to go on that shelf, and I haven't read it. This one, I don't think it's really cheating or anything. It doesn't have kings or queens, but it does have Lord Henry Montague, and I think there's a duke or something. I don't know. I think it counts. If you don't think it counts, comment below, but I think it counts. And it says, Witty, romantic, and irresistible from the first line to the last, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue is the unforgettable escapade of Lord Henry Monty Montague, a charming young scoundrel who fully expects to carouse his way through his grand tour. However, Monty's plan for one last hedonistic hurrah with his best friend and secret crush Percy quickly turns into a harrowing manhunt across 18th century Europe. Truly a novel that's meant to be savored and not to be missed. So I've heard really good things about this one. I'm really excited to read it this month because I've had it for so long, and just it's such a cute cover. So I'm excited about this one. I do believe there are more in the series. And I do believe this is the first one, but I don't think you have to read them in order. Correct me if I'm wrong there in the comments, please. The next book I picked the next card I picked was the Fairies from Sleeping Beauty, which is magic or fantasy. And I'm going to finally read the second book in the Caraval series, which is Legendary by Stephanie Garber. My best friend Shane just devoured the series. I actually gave him Caraval as a Christmas gift, and he has read the whole series now in a month. And I read Caraval like 2 years ago, and it's so good, and I just never read the rest of the series. I don't know what's wrong with me. But the second book is on Scribd, so I will be reading Legendary this month, and I am thrilled to finally get to it, especially considering how wonderful my friend thought it was. So I'm really excited about that. And the last card I picked was the Frozen card, Elsa and Anna, and I chose Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. This is another book I've had on my shelf for a really long time, and I have read 3 books by Kristen Hanna now, and I have loved all 3 of them. I've read Nightingale, The Great Alone, and Firefly Lane, and all 3 of them have just been fabulous. I have heard mixed things about Winter Garden. I've heard some people absolutely love it, just like they love all of her other books. And I've also heard that it is her worst. So I would like to be a judge of that myself, since I do love her writing and I love the stories that she tells. I have a feeling I'm going to like it, but we'll see. It is a little bit on the lengthy side, as is this one. But I have a feeling I'm probably going to read through them fairly quickly, just given one of my favorite authors, young adult, easy to read. The other 2 books for this month are a book club pick and my 5-star predictions. My book club pick this month is Peace Like a River by Leif Enger. I know absolutely nothing about this book. I don't know. I haven't even read the back of it. I just know that this is what I'm supposed to read this month. Isn't that terrible? I haven't even read what it's about. I don't even know if I'm going to like it, but this is what I'm going to read. If you know anything about this one, let me know. It doesn't seem very lengthy. I've heard it's pretty good from the others in my book club, so we shall see. And last but not least, my 5-star prediction book I chose for this month is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jerry Christoph. This book has been like haunting me, taunting me from my shelf. Like, it's such a bright orange, and it's been just like, Amanda, read me. I am dying to read this book, and I know it's thick, but I've heard it's a quick read because of the way it's written. I have to read this book. Like, I absolutely have to. I cannot wait. I can't wait. I'm probably the most excited for this one. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a really good month. I also don't have an extra book, so that's exciting. So I was able to get some of my fatter ones in. I almost picked one of my really, really fat ones for the 5-star predictions. Again, if you haven't watched that video, please watch it below. I'm going to be reading one of those a month, and 2 of them are like over 600 pages. So, whew. I should have picked one of those for this month, but I have to read this book. It's killing me. And I know that once I read this, I'm going to want to read the other 2 in the series, but I can't wait. I cannot wait to read this one. Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, because I will be posting another Disney Chooses My TBR at the end of February, at the beginning of March, and I cannot wait to see what other cards I pick. I'll see you next time.